Okay, get ready for a World Cup that's unlike anything we have ever seen before. Seriously, the 2026 tournament isn't just a small step forward, it's a massive revolution in how this whole thing is done. So, let's break down what makes this event such a huge game changer. First things first, let's talk numbers. The sheer size. For the very first time, the tournament is expanding from 32 teams to a whopping 48 nations. And this isn't just about adding more matches. It's about opening the door for new stories, new underdogs, and new rivalries on the world's biggest stage. And get this, it's not even happening in just one country. In another historic first, the tournament is going to be co-hosted by three nations: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. We're talking a truly continental-sized event. So, more teams and more hosts. Well, that means more football. A lot more. We're looking at a record-smashing 104 matches. That's a giant leap from the 64 we're used to. To put it in perspective, FIFA's president called it 104 Super Bowls at once. Just let that sink in. All right, so you're probably wondering, how on earth does a tournament of this magnitude actually work? Well, the entire structure has been completely re-engineered from the ground up to handle this new scale. So here's the breakdown. The 48 teams get divided into 12 groups of 4. The top teams from each group will advance, of course. But here's the big twist. Instead of the usual round of 16, we're getting a brand new single-elimination knockout stage, the round of 32. It's going to be intense. And here's where it gets really interesting. So the top 2 teams from all 12 groups will advance automatically. That's standard. But now, for the first time, the 8 best third-place teams will also get a ticket to the knockout round. This adds a whole new layer of drama and strategy to those final group stage matches. Now, a tournament this big requires a colossal stage. And the approach to building it, or maybe I should say not building it, is one of the most revolutionary parts of the 2026 World Cup. And it's all backed by a $13 billion infrastructure plan. And this right here gets to the heart of the new philosophy. Think about past World Cups. They often left behind these massive, expensive stadiums with kind of uncertain futures. Well, North America is taking a completely different path. Not a single new stadium is being built for this tournament. Not one. Instead, the entire focus is on adaptation. It's really an engineering masterclass in retrofitting and just upgrading existing state-of-the-art venues. This is a massive shift towards sustainability, making smart use of the incredible infrastructure that's already spread across the continent. And let's look at a few examples of what this actually means. In Los Angeles, the absolutely futuristic SoFi Stadium is having its turf replaced with natural grass and its seating literally reconfigured for the wider pitch. Up in Toronto, BMO Field is getting a huge expansion to add over 15,000 seats. And in Mexico City, the legendary Estadio Azteca is being modernized to host its 3rd World Cup. Incredible. Okay, so we've got the logistics and the venues covered. Let's get to the real heart of the tournament, the football. The official draw has set the stage, and we're already looking at some incredible matchups and really powerful stories. So here it is, a look at all 12 groups. This is the roadmap for the opening stage of the tournament, where all 48 nations will begin their quest for glory. Of course, all eyes are going to be on the host nations. Mexico is in Group A, Canada is in Group B, and the USA is in Group D. This could give them a potentially favorable path to get into those knockout stages. And don't think for a second that this bigger format means no more groups of death. Oh no, the draw has produced some absolute classics. Group I, with powerhouses like France and Senegal, looks particularly tough. And Group L, featuring England and Croatia, yeah, that promises some blockbuster matches right from the start. But the World Cup has always been about more than just the favorites, right? For some nations, just qualifying is this monumental achievement. Take Haiti, a country that has endured just immense hardship. They're making their first appearance since 1974. That's just fantastic. This quote from the Haitian player Jean Wisner, it just says it all. For teams like Haiti, this tournament is a chance to unite a nation and to show the world a different side of their country, one of talent, incredible resilience, and pride. Now, as massive as 2026 is, it's not the end of the story. It's actually a stepping stone in FIFA's vision for an even more global World Cup. This new scale, it's just the beginning. Just look at this trajectory.
In 2026, we've got 48 teams across 3 nations. In 2030, the tournament is going to be held across 3 continents, with games in South America, Europe, and Africa. And then in 2034, Saudi Arabia will host the first ever 48-team tournament in a single country.
So the takeaway here is pretty clear. The 4018 mega tournament isn't some one-off experiment. This is the new global standard. It's fundamentally reshaping what the World Cup is and who gets to be a part of it. This new era of expansion, it promises more inclusion and more football than ever before. But it also raises some really important questions about things like travel, logistics, and the environmental impact. So as the World Cup continues to grow and grow, it leaves us with one final big question to think about. Is bigger always better?